Hi guys, my name's Vicki and I'm with Texas Last Diet, your last diet. And today I'm going to be cooking with squash slash zucchini. Now, if you have not seen these are called chayote. Some people call them coyote, which I totally love, but they're really called chayote. And they're full of fiber. And you get them in these little plastic bags. I don't know why they wrap them like that, but they're in the vegetable section. And technically it's a squash, but it looks like a pear. And you can make them taste like apples. You can eat them plain with tahini on them, whatever you want to do. It's really great with fiber and it's going to make your belly happy. So get some of those into your diet, okay? I'm going to put my stuff in a skillet because today is Leftover Friday. And I went through my refrigerator and this is pretty much all the stuff I've got left over in my refrigerator before I leave for a 3-day weekend. I'm super excited about that. Can you tell? So I took my cast iron skillet, which I love, and Tanya, remember, told us about how awesome it was to cook with a cast iron skillet because it helps you get iron into your diet. And I'm going to put my chayote, which I sliced into thin little pieces, in the bottom. I did put some olive oil down at the bottom, actually avocado oil down at the bottom. So I am lining my pan. And this is gonna soften up nice and make like a little crust. If you guys have never made this before, you definitely wanna get into making this type of stuff before the weekend, because when you get up on a Saturday morning and you could just scoop this out onto a plate and heat it up and throw some salsa over it, it's fantastic. Hey Hannah, thanks for watching. So I've got all my little squash in here. I got one little piece left over. There you go. Can you guys see that? It looks like apples in there, doesn't it? Now, technically, you could throw some cinnamon on here and pile it up a few times, put some butter on here and cook it, and it's so good. But I'm not making that today. So, what else I'm gonna put on there is just my leftover zucchini slices. I have just this plain old zucchini just kicking around, and I'm gonna leave some spaces in between because my egg has to get in there too, okay? So I got like little pieces of just regular old green zucchini. I was like making some, I don't even remember what I was making, but I had it all left over. I was probably making for a salad or I don't even know. This has been a long week. It's been really fun. Lots of people have been trying to live healthy and be healthy and learning recipes. So it's been quite fun down here. All right, so now I'm gonna take some of my eggs and I'm gonna put them over the top, but they would be kind of boring if I did them just like this, don't you think? So I'm gonna add that quintoy or whatever that is, that herb that I got at the Mexican restaurant. It's kind of a weird shaped leaf. I'll show you. Maybe Lily can interject on what this is, but when I looked it up, it said it was the pumpkin greens. So that's what it looks like. And you get that at the Mexican market. So I'm gonna just throw that, bam, in my eggs just like that. So now they're looking a little bit more lively, right? I love that. Okay, what else am I gonna throw in my eggs? Oh yeah, I had some leftover garlic. See it in there? I'm gonna scrape that into my eggs because this is all gonna meld together with my zucchini and it's gonna make me a nice, I don't know, what do you call that? Frittata thing? So I'm gonna add that in and I'm gonna add some spices too. Now garlic is a superfood. My other superfood, broccoli, is in the refrigerator. I'm not using that. Because you guys know I don't really like broccoli that much, so I got another one of those in there. Sorry. I don't want it for the weekend. I don't want to eat my broccoli. All right, so I've got I've got my turmeric here, turmeric, however you want to say it, and I got that fresh organic one. Look how beautiful that is. I'm going to add that into my eggs too, because that's going to give flavor into my egg frittata. And I'm gonna pour just some of that on there. Is there something else maybe I should put in there? I don't think so. Look at how good that looks. This is gonna make my eggs look bright and yellow. I think you guys will really like that. And I'm gonna pour about half of it on there like that. Can you guys see that? I think you can. Looks like you can. And I'm just gonna let that run down in between all the zucchini that I have. All right, how's that look? Really good, huh guys? All right, so I feel like I need some onion powder. Just grabbed it out of the shelf. Love me some onion powder, and I'm just gonna put that on there like that. And then guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bump it up with even more onions. I had some green onions left over, so I chopped up the little ends and I chopped up the white part, and I'm throwing that in there because onions are super good for you. And You know me, man. If I have a jalapeno left over, I am using it. So I'm throwing my jalapeno in there on top. Now remember, you guys can make this with any vegetables you want. So if you got broccoli kicking around, you can throw it in there. Or you've got cauliflower, or you've got, ooh, peppers. Peppers would be good. But I've got mushrooms. So I'm gonna be putting lots of mushrooms on here like this. Now what's really nice about mushrooms, they have tons of zinc in them, so they are gonna melt down, and you know how they get all nice and soft and everything? When I put the eggs on here, it's really gonna meld this all together. And like I said, if you guys are on just not a weight loss program, but if you want to add a little bit of cheese on top, you can do that too. But guys, go easy on the cheese. Cheese is pretty high in causing inflammation. And you guys don't want to be all inflamed on the weekend, especially when you're out in the pool or having fun. All right, guys, so the rest of my eggs are going on top. And I'm going to look at how beautiful that looks. So I'm going to throw this in my oven that's set at 425, but this is my teeny tiny oven, so you might want to do 450 on your oven, or maybe if your oven's running hot, maybe even 375. So there you go, guys. I'm gonna cook that up. This is all gonna melt down, and what I do is I post the pictures below. If you guys go on and make your own frittata and post it, I would love that. Tell me what you're making in it and how you're doing it, and share with us. I'm gonna do this today and maybe take some, unless Lily eats it all. I'm gonna take some home and throw some of my awesome salsa on it and for this weekend, and I'm gonna be dialed in. You guys have a safe Memorial weekend. Oh, Labor Day weekend. I gotta go. I am ready for a 3-day weekend. Have a good one. Everybody be safe.